what the black man and woman needs to know about the nation, about the world, about themselves. Muhammad Speaks It. To order your 12-issue subscription to Muhammad Speaks newspaper, 313-371-7033. 313-371-7033.
Kareem Bean Pie is the grand champion of all bean pies. The rich flavor and smooth texture takes this pie to a whole new level of delicious. One bite and you'll understand why people all over the country call daily to order Kareem Bean Pie. 313-371-7033. That's 313-371-7033. Kareem Bean Pie.
This bean pie is delicious.
Muhammad Speaks presents Messenger Elijah Muhammad's Teachings by Minister Khalil Shabazz every Sunday from 2 to 3 p.m. at Muhammad's Temple of Islam, 12609 East McNichols Road in Detroit.
Brothers and sisters, we rise for prayer. We stand up at a 45 with our hands open and our heads bowed. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful, sole Master's Day of Judgment in which we now live. The alone do we serve, and the alone seek for thine help and aid. O Allah, please guide us on the right path of those upon whom thou bestow thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after they heard thy teachings. Say he, Allah is one God. Allah is he of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is he begotten, there is none like him. And I bear witness that none is to be served, worship, or praise besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, thy true servant and last apostle. Ameen. You may be seated. We like to say Happy Saviour's Day to all of the believers. And all of the believers who sent Happy Saviour's Day and Assalamu Alaikum, we gonna have your names on the video. It was a lot. So to save time, we gonna have your names on the video. And Happy Saviour's Day to you. I'd like to say in the name of Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and in the name of his last and greatest messenger, most honorable Elijah Muhammad, I'd like to greet the brothers and sisters with the Nation of Islam, greeting words of peace of Assalamu Alaikum. Today we like to talk about the Savior and the general resurrection. We also want to let it be known off the top. It's two Savior's Days today. You got the hypocrites and you got the believers. You just got to keep it 100. That's right. You got hypocrites. And Detroit today is full of hypocrites. Everywhere you turn, you see a hypocrite. So just to let it be known, you got the Savior's Day for the hypocrites and the Savior's Day for the believers. So let's start with the March 13th, 1970, Muhammad Speaks. And this is the text from Savior's Day, 1970. This is the message. He says, "This is a great day. A Savior is born. How wise was his father who made him? He made the Mahdi. The Mahdi is a made man too. Part of him and one part of him is original." We want to talk about our Savior. This is the day that we celebrate his birth. February 26th, 1877. That's the birth of a Savior. He was born to save the black man. This is the purpose of his birth. And this is why we set aside his birth to celebrate. Because it was because of him and his birth that we had the message. It was his birth because he came by himself. July 4th, 1930. He came seeking to save that which is lost. And you can find no other people lost than the black man and black woman of America. But the messenger says, that Master Farad Muhammad is a made man too. That's very important for us to understand. Because we have people in this generation who tries to attack our Savior. And we as believers must not be ashamed. We must not be ashamed of yes, he looks white. It was a purpose for that. It was a purpose for his father to make him white. Now let's continue with the message. The messenger says, he says, why do you talk like that, Elijah? He says, this has to be done to get a Savior in among us, in among the enemies of us, to save us from the destruction of the enemy. He made him to look like the enemy, and he came in their midst, staying around them for over 20 years, went in their universities like he needed to be taught. Very smart man. That's Master Farad Muhammad. Yes, sir. He was made to look like the enemy, so that he could come in, as the scriptures say, and be without observation. Yes. That was the purpose of his birth, or the purpose of him to be made looking like he does. Is so that he can come in without observation. So the messenger says, Master Farad Muhammad came in and out of America for 20 years before he made himself known to us. Yes. One more fact that's very important for us to know. God in person came among the white man and was undetected. They didn't know who he was. He went to their university, as the messenger say, as if he needed to be taught. This God in person, seeking to save us, the black man. For 20 years he among the deaf, living with them, going to their colleges, seeing the condition of the black man. Because the messenger says, in the Bible it prophesies that God will come seeking the lost sheep. Because God is not a spirit or a spook. God is a man. All praise is due to Allah. And God had to make a real effort to come among the black man. He had to search for us. Because the messenger said they didn't have nowhere or where the lost founds would be. So God actually had to search. So he said Master Farad Muhammad went to every known civilization on the earth, searching for the black man. He was looking white, so nobody knew what he was doing. He went undetected for 20 years. So the messenger went on. He said he told me that for 20 years he came in and out without anyone knowing who he was. And he went to school with white people in their universities, right out here in California, born to deliver you and me. But he must know how to do the job. So he goes and he looks like one of them. He says his father made him like that by marrying one of the white women, cleaning her up. This is your Mary you used to hear the preachers talk about. And the first child fathered by this white woman, it was a girl. And his father said, I missed that time. So he went back again. And then he was born. He wanted to make one that looked as much like the enemy as possible. That's Master Farad Muhammad. Yes, sir. He wanted somebody to look as white as possible. That's God in person. Yes. That's something that we must know. And that's something that we must not be ashamed of. Praise be to Allah. Because everything is real. Yes. The messenger taught us that Yaqub, the father of the white race, grafted the white race out of the black man. That's how they come. They ruled us for 6,000 years. And Yaqub's wisdom, the messenger said, would last for 6,000 years until one was born that wisdom was wiser than Yakub. This is Master Farad Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
But everything is real. The messenger said the white man knew that a savior would be coming to save the black man. But he said they just didn't know when. So they always was on the lookout to see who was going to come to save these niggas. Is it going to be a nigga like them, or is it going to be somebody else? So the messenger said that anytime somebody came with the truth, the white man would trail that person. Trail everywhere he go, looking at the people who would listen to this person. This is why Master Farad Muhammad had to come like he did, without observation. So when he came among the black men, the messenger said Allah wanted him, or his father wanted him, to look like the enemy as much as possible. He said he didn't miss too far, because if he had been another 100%, we would have been frightened ourselves. We would think somebody was trying to put one over on us. So Master Farad Muhammad, the messenger says, looked as much like the white man as possible. He didn't look too white, because if he would have looked 100% white, the black man wouldn't have trusted him. So he looked close enough to where the black man said he looked like one, but maybe not. So Master Farad Muhammad, the messenger said, knocked on his door and he let him in. And all the rest is history. But we always, in this generation, we want to lessen the effect of Master Farad Muhammad. We want to make it seem like he was just the messenger's teacher. That's what the hypocrites say. He was just his teacher. And if you don't have the hypocrites lessen Master Farad Muhammad by making themselves a Messiah, making the messenger Christ, then you got the disbelievers that's just completely and totally making a mock. This is the stuff that we dealing with today. We got hypocrites and disbelievers. But the one thing they can't change, you can't change the fact that Master Farad Muhammad came, raised up a messenger, and started what the messenger called a general resurrection. What is a general resurrection? Let's look at that. Let's look at what does general mean. General means involving, applicable to, or affecting the whole. That's what general means. Or it means involving, relating to, or applied to every member of a class, kind, or group. So Master Farad Muhammad, when he came among the black man, he raised up a messenger. He raised up the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Praise is due to Allah. He taught the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for 3.5 years, night and day. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was among us for 44 years, resurrecting the black man. But it's a general resurrection. It's a resurrection that affected every black man, woman, and child on earth. Let me say it again. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Master Farad Muhammad, this general resurrection affected every black man, woman, and child on earth. But let's just deal with America. Let's just deal with among you and me. Let's go to 1968. This is an article that says, there is a new mood on the hill with youth sounding big beat. This was in 1968. This is when the white man began to see that general resurrection. Because it don't say there's an old mood. It say it's a new mood. It's a new mood among these niggas. We hearing them talk different. We hearing them act different. We seeing that they thinking different. So it's a new mood. Because the messenger said, the white man watches us. They keep an eye on the black man. Because they want to know, when is this destruction coming from us? So the messenger says they keep an eye on the black man to see what we listen to. See what we talking about. See how we think. Just so they can gauge how far this resurrection is coming along. So in this article, it's a section that says change is there. It says something has changed within the minds and hearts of these young black people. They're acquiring a profound consciousness of what they are and what they want to be. They're black people and they're shedding white fashion for dashikis, the tiskis, and afro hairstyle to enhance their own identity. Now we know from the teachings of the messenger that wearing dashikis, wearing afro style hair, that's uncivilized. We understand that. But the black man, he was trying to identify with himself. Even though he was going back, as the messenger said, to the uncivilized parts of Africa. He wanted to have an afro. He wanted to wear a dashiki. He wanted to have more than one wife. He wanted to do all kind of uncivilized things, thinking he going back to self. Right. But the fact of the matter, messenger started the general resurrection. All praise is due to Allah. It didn't just affect Muslims. It affects every black man, woman, and child on this earth. So the black man, it says, business has never been so good, says Mr. Turner. A lot of soul brothers woke up and have been thinking black since the rise. What are you talking about, thinking black? That's the general resurrection. That's right. Start thinking black. Because before the messenger, we thought we was Negroes. We thought we was colored people. We thought we wasn't nothing. Some black people thought they was better than others. But this brother said, these brothers, these soul brothers, done woke up and started thinking black. That's what he said. He said it's a thought that echoed by Bobby Jones, who was born and raised in the Hill and now lives on the East End. He says there's a more personal interest in blackness, he says. Nevertheless, he still calls the Hill a predominantly black community thinking white. So he say, yeah, the black man, he's starting to think black. These youth. But this community is still predominantly black and they still thinking white. So since the messenger, the black man still knew the difference. He knew the difference from a black man thinking black and a black man thinking white. Right. But before the messenger, being a Negro, you wanted to think white. You wanted to act white. You wanted to be white. You wanted to sound white. But when that general resurrection, a resurrection that affected every black man, woman, and child, you start thinking different. That different way of thinking caused you to talk different. It started you to want something different. Yes. So this is the general resurrection. Yes, sir. So it goes on to say, it says above all, one gets the impression that the black community has grasped the emergent symbolism of black power and digs it. That's the new mood. But the new mood trend is to search for the economics, the politics, and the education that will make the practical difference in the lives of black people. In essence, the new mood is, if the white man will help, the black man will take it. But if the white man won't help, the black man will make it anyway. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's the new move. Yes, sir. That new move came from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Yes, If this devil give it, we'll take it. But if he don't give it, we'll make it anyway. That's the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. God's last and greatest message. But let's give another example. This comes from the Red City Tribune, Thursday, November 9th, 1967. It says in new weekly newsletter, it says Black Action Council urge thinking, talking, and acting black. It says an advertisement for a new organization raising its voice in East Paleto Alto reads, if you are black and not thinking black, talking black, acting black, creating black, buying black, voting black, and living black in this late date, then we suggest that you stop jiving and contact the San Mateo Black Action Council. That's the message. They say thinking black, talking black, acting black, creating black, buying black, voting black, and living black. Who thought it was that much black before the message? You can think black, act black, talk black, live black, buy black, unite with black, love black. That's the message. In the general resurrection. The general resurrection that affected every black man, woman, and child. So it goes on to say, it says the Black Action Council was born at the Black Action Conference held at Raven Woods High School last Labor Day. It say Caucasians and representatives of the white press were barred from the conference. So they saying the white man can't come. They thinking black, acting black, talking black, loving black, uniting with black, and the white man can't come. That's the message.
That's the message.
In the general resurrection of the black man. It goes on to say, it says the Black Action Council is open to descendants of slaves, Africans and Orientals. Explain Miss Ida Burke. That's the message. When you saying that the only people who welcome is the black man in America, or it's the black man in Africa. Those are the only people who welcome in this Black Action Council. It's the black man. That's the message. Because it has affected every black man, woman, and child in America. It affects the black man here as well as the African. Because this is the general resurrection. We are to be resurrected, the messenger said first. He didn't say we the only ones who gonna be resurrected. He said the black man in America will be resurrected first. So we are the ones who God came and chose. But this resurrection has affected every black man, woman, and child. This is our last example. This comes from the Commercial Appeal, March 24th, 1968. It says black awareness is symbol of Howard demonstration. In the picture it says rebellious Howard students plaster sign on administration building. And when you look at the sign, it say Black University. This because of the message.
Yes.
But we just say HBCU like that's what they always been called. You know that, historically black college. But they was called something different before the message. Let's look at what they say. It says black awareness. That is both the goal and the slogan of the protesting Negro students at Howard University. It says, although Howard is a predominantly Negro college, it does not have black awareness. How many black people know that today? First, they was called Negro colleges. Howard University, a Negro college. They didn't even have what they called at that time black awareness. They weren't teaching the black man a knowledge of himself. Because before this general resurrection, the black man didn't see nothing valuable in his history. Why we got to learn black history? Why we got to learn about ourselves? We Negroes. As long as we know how to talk white, think white, act white, try to be white, we all right. But the messenger says, he said what Master Farad Muhammad taught him is so strong that once you hear a little bitty piece of it, it'll cause you to change.
That's right.
That's why he taught us we don't force nobody. It ain't no thing we forcing you. We just tell it to you. And the truth will cause you to change. No matter how deep in the mud you might be.
Yes.
If you hear the truth long enough, your heart will start gravitating to that truth.
It's true. Yes.
Because the black man is made of truth. The black man is the original man. The black man is made of truth. The black man will naturally submit to truth.
Yes.
If he only hears.
Yes.
That's why the white man mixes truth with falsehood. Because he gets you with the truth. And once your heart gets hold to the truth, then he start pointing you towards the lies. Because all praise is due to Allah. That's how the white man tricks the black man.
Yes.
By mixing truth with falsehood.
Right.
So let's go to the messenger. When he talks about this general resurrection, it's still coming from the same Muhammad Speaks newspaper. The messenger says, he said a general resurrection, resurrection means to rise up. That's what it means, a resurrection. It means to get up. And the general resurrection, or the resurrection of the dead, means that they are raised up into higher wisdom. That's the black man.
Yes.
We didn't know before the messenger we was black. That's hard for this generation of black people to understand. I remember talking, because before Saviour's days, when the old school brothers used to be around, a lot of them, sad to say, it's getting fewer and fewer and fewer as the time goes on. But Saviour, some Saviour days ago, we would just sit around and listen to them brothers just tell us about back in the day.
Yes.
Brothers used to tell us they used to have to fight brothers when they told them they was black. Brothers said we actually had to fight to tell the black man he was black. They would say brothers thought that was disrespect to say you black. That's something. Think about that. Think about the power of the teachings of Master Farad Muhammad.
Right.
You take a whole entire people who hate black, don't want to be called black, don't want to love black, just hate black, love white. It's been that way for 6,000 years. For us, it's been that way hardcore for 400 years. But you have a black man, not even whole 44 years, about 20, 30 years. He reversed your whole thought process about black and Negro. Make you hate being called Negro and love to be called black.
That's right.
That's God in person.
Yes, sir.
That's his knowledge that he taught to his messenger. He taught his messenger they the Asiatic black man from the tribe of Shabazz.
That's what he taught.
They from that Arab original black nation, the creator's nation. Messenger says there is no birth record to the black man. That's what he taught us. And since that's the truth, how you gonna get mad at that? You a black man and you thought you was a Negro. The messenger say you from the Arab original black nation of the earth. That sound good to you.
Yes.
He tell you from the creator's nation. He said every time you look at a black man, you looking at God.
That's right.
We ain't all praise praise it, dude. When a black man heard something like that, he ain't just telling it to the black man in college. The messenger going to Sing Sing, telling the black man that's been on solitary confinement, you the Asiatic black man from the tribe, you from the Creator's nation. Clean yourself up.
Right.
Be yourself. Because the messenger say you acting other than your own self. Take a brother out of prison. Go back out on the street. Tell other brothers you being other than yourself drinking that bottle with that dope in your arm. You other than yourself. And have people quitting cold turkey.
That's right.
That's what the truth can do.
Yes, sir.
Not forcing you. Not making you listen. Just getting it to you. That's all the messenger did. Just getting the truth to the black man. Hard job.
Yes.
Because the messenger said, it wasn't always so easy. Messenger talked about he felt down. The messenger said, he said when Master Farad Muhammad was with them, he said he had all his ministers in a room. He said Master Farad Muhammad told them, I want all y'all to choose who y'all think should be my supreme minister. This was the trial for the messenger. Messenger sitting there like, I don't know, maybe it might be him. He seemed kind of smart. He might be college educated. This brother might be able to talk real good. So the messenger just sitting there. He looking how everybody choosing everybody else but him. So he like, hey, either way it go, I'm down with Master Farad Muhammad.
Right.
So the messenger said, after Master Farad Muhammad sat around and let everybody else choose, he said, okay, I'll let you choose. Now I'm gonna choose. He said, I choose you, Elijah Kareem. Oh, praise is due to Allah. That was the beginning.
Yes.
All that jealousy and envy. Why he choose him? Look how little he is. He don't know how to talk. He down there from Georgia. I'm from Detroit. He from Georgia. One of them country boys. Why he choose him? So the messenger says, he took his brother Khalil, made his brother Khalil the big boss over all. Imagine that. You don't think your brother gonna turn on you if you just told him, hey, come with me. But you really don't think he gonna turn when you make him the big boss over everybody. You think your brother with you now.
Right.
Me and him the tag team duo
Right.
for Master Farad Muhammad.
Right.
But the messenger said his own brother turned and sided with the hypocrites to kill him.
Yes.
Imagine that. The messenger said he picked an assistant minister, thinking, hey, he the assistant minister to me. Say he turned with the enemy.
That's right.
Messenger say his brother Khalil used to walk past the temple cursing, acting a fool. The messenger said that the temple was in such bad condition that he was ashamed to tell somebody to come to the meeting.
Yes.
That's how you jealous when the temple's shabby. We ain't got nothing. But you still just so jealous that you think the man should die. Just because Master Farad Muhammad chose him. So the messenger said, it got so bad that he had to leave Detroit. The hypocrites wanted the messenger dead so bad. The messenger said he had to go on the run. This the messenger of God. Master Farad Muhammad done taught him, and now Master Farad Muhammad gone. Now all these hypocrites turning against me now. So I got to still get this truth to the 17 million wild hypocrites trying to kill me. This the message.
Yes.
So while he's still teaching, he on the run. Messenger said he would walk in the house, Kissed Sister Clara, then walked right out the back door. He said the hypocrites was on his heels. He said it was plenty of close calls. So he said one day, after doing this for some years, he said he was sitting on the train. Because he said he started feeling down. Like anybody. Sometimes I feel down and ain't nobody trying to kill me, at least I don't know. But I feel down sometimes. Sometimes you look at the condition of Islam like, why everybody following this hypocrite? Why they listening to him? This hypocrite can tell you to go to Scientology. This hypocrite can tell you that he know how to pronounce Farad and the messenger didn't. This hypocrite can kiss Stephanie Mills in the mouth in front of everybody. This hypocrite can tell you, I flirted with the ones that was for me. So we sit here. Look at this hypocrite. This hypocrite get to do all that. But when he come here to Saviour's Day, he filling it up. He got all kind of hypocrites coming near and far just to listen to this hypocrite tell lies. That's enough to make you down sometimes. You look at Bus Stop Bishop. I can't speak for everybody on this. I can only speak for the believers. I see Bus Stop Bishop got this brother that got this picture making a mockery of the Savior. This brother Lewis got grandmaster martial arts, all kind of black belts, and they don't go roll and knock his teeth out his mouth. That make me feel down. You mean to tell me you can have a whole conference, black belt conference, with all these people talking about we fighting for Islam, but when they leave, they go home? While Bus Stop Bishop in the street telling people that the Savior was a white man, telling the black man that the Savior is somebody who tried to tell him lies. That's enough to get you down. But the messenger said, he heard Master Farad Muhammad's voice in the train tracks. He said, did you think that upon your belief, you would not be tried? And if it's anything that's going on today, Allah is trying to believe us like never before. It ain't so easy to be a believer in this day. I don't know how it was before, but it ain't so easy being a believer in this day. Holding the line. Continuing to tell everybody, Master Farad Muhammad is the Lord of the world. Praise is due to Allah. Master Farad Muhammad is the wisest of them all. It ain't so easy today. Because Master Farad Muhammad said, I can make it easy for you. But he said, hard trials are necessary to establish truth. Sometimes the messenger said, and even the Holy Quran bears witness, Allah causes you to lose just so he can see the hypocrites and the believers. We should keep that on our mind. Allah could have us flourishing right now. But he say, I want to see the hypocrites and the believers. Who gonna believe? Through thick and thin. Right. That's what it is. Through thick and thin. Because in the Holy Quran say, if it was easy, and if it was a short distance, everybody would come. But once it started getting hard, people started falling by the wayside. Then you see it was only a few hard, strong believers who really believed in the message. Because believers back in the 30s, they used to ask them believers in the 70s. They say, we didn't see the messenger for 7 years. The messenger was on the run for 7 years and we didn't see him. Then he went to jail for 5. That's right. They would say, how many of you would still believe in the messenger if you hadn't seen him in 7 years? Back then, that seemed like a long time. How many people today would still believe in the messenger and you ain't seen him in 48 years? You ain't seen no success like the success of the message. We don't see restaurants. We don't see supermarkets and bakeries. We don't see people saying, all praise is due to Allah. Long live Muhammad. We don't hear all that. But how many people is going to hold the line through thick and thin? Because that's what Master Farad Muhammad came to see. Because the messenger said, it was him and Master Farad Muhammad. He said Master Farad Muhammad told him, you get the keys and me and you go. Because he taught the messenger. The messenger believed that was good enough. But the messenger said, and this is why I love the messenger. One of the reasons why.
Yes, sir.
He said he told man, let me try.
Yes.
He could have left us. But he said, no, just let me try to get him. We ain't both just got to leave him here. Just let me try. That was the message. Master Farad Muhammad know who he chose. He chose a man who loved the black man.
Right.
That's why I feel like Master Farad Muhammad asked him. Because we probably would have saw how all these hypocrites turning on you. See how they don't like you because Master Farad Muhammad chose. So you say, yeah, let me and you go. Let's just leave tonight. We can leave, I'll leave right with you. Let's just leave all the rest of these niggas here. The messenger, no. Say, no, let me try. He tried for 44 years. In 1974, messenger was still trying. Messenger knew the nation was filled and honeycombed with hypocrites. Sometimes the messenger would send words from the hospital. Messenger be in the hospital telling that hypocrite Farrakhan, tell him this, tell him that. Hypocrites say the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told me from the hospital. That was the message. He said the only thing that would stop him was death.
That's right.
Messenger on his deathbed, still sending the word to the black man. Still making business deals. Build this over here. Build that over there. Get the donations for a hospital.
Yes.
That's the message.
Yes, sir.
Praise is due to Allah. Then he told us. He said, hold on to Islam. That was his last Savior's Day.
Yes.
He told us how hard it's going to be. He said, I can't promise you no smooth going.
That's right. He said it.
He said, but I can promise you one thing. You will be the winner. That's God's message.
Yes.
Knowing he getting to the end. But he said, I'm going to still leave some words of encouragement for the believers. Because stuff on tape and CD and video now. Believers years from now can listen to me say, I can't promise you no smooth going.
Right.
But I can promise you one thing, you will be the winner.
Yes.
So that's why we today still celebrate our Savior's Day. We celebrate it like it's 1,000 people in here.
That's right.
Because in our heart it feels like it's 1,000. Because once you believe, to keep it real, it really don't make a difference.
Right. That's right.
Because you gonna believe whether it's 1,000 or whether you by yourself.
That's right.
Allah tries you too.
Yes, he does.
Because sometimes people will say that but don't really mean. And the thing about Allah that I'm starting to learn, he works in mysterious ways, as they say in the church. You thinking one thing, but Allah thinking something totally different.
Right.
You trying to figure out how in the world can I handle this problem, then it's another problem over here that you ain't even thought about. But that problem that you ain't even thought about, once you get through it from trusting in Allah, you come out even stronger believer than you thought you would have with this little bitty problem you had over there. That's God in person. That's why I say hard try.
Yes.
It's necessary. It's necessary for all of us.
Yes.
Because through the trials cause you to love Islam more.
Yes, it does.
Because you have to fight so hard to keep it going.
Yes.
So when the trials come, you just fight even harder and love it even more.
That's right, brother.
That's what's strange about trials.
Yes.
Sometimes you get back and think about your trials. That lets you know trials ain't as bad as we think it is. Because the trial is so bad it'll make you cry. But years down the line, you talking to people and now you laugh. The same trial you was depressed about.
Yes.
Same trial you up all night worrying about. Next year you laughing about.
That's the truth.
Telling people, I remember I was stressed out last year about this problem.
Yes.
That's hard trial.
Yes.
Unnecessary to establish truth.
Yes, sir.
Because Master Farad Muhammad, the messenger, said, he said persecution follows the coming of Allah. He said Master Farad Muhammad chose to suffer for 3.5 years to show his love for us.
Yes.
That's what Master Farad Muhammad did.
Yes.
He came to hell from heaven. Imagine that. Imagine you being a black man and you in Mecca. You got the best of everything. You the wisest of them all. You ain't got to come in hell. You can stay away from hell. But God chose to come to hell. Chose to suffer in hell for 3.5 years to seek and save the black man.
Yes.
We don't even never think of that. Sometimes we might have relatives that's in prison. When you hear that phone call, a lot of them like, I ain't accepting them charges. I don't want to speak to him. Think about it, 17 million like that. 17 million deaf, dumb, and blind. 17 million people who hate black. 17 million people who love the devil. This is what Master Farad Muhammad had to come among. Then you got to find one that's going to endure to teach these 17 million.
Right.
That's a job.
Yes.
Master Farad Muhammad came in and out of America for 20 years. Then when he made himself known, he was teaching for a whole year before he saw the message. Then when he saw the messenger, he still had to teach him for 3.5 years. Then what we should do? We should go on the Muhammad Speaks website and look at them letters that Master Farad Muhammad was writing to the messenger. It wasn't no smooth going for the messenger. The messenger said one time, I was reading the Muhammad Speaks newspaper. The messenger was talking about how much Master Farad Muhammad loved us. He said Master Farad Muhammad told him that if he misplaced one of the letters that was written in by one of the lost files, he said Allah told him he would burn him and his whole family. That's what the messenger said, man. Could you imagine that? You see the Lord of the worlds, and if your mama told you that, it'll make you feel bad.
Right.
But imagine the Lord of the worlds. You already recognize and know he the wisest of them all. The messenger said he would go and look through Master Farad Muhammad's door. He said that he never saw him sleep. So he said one day he was like, I want to see, does he ever go to sleep? So he said he looked through the keyhole. He said Master Farad Muhammad was standing in a mirror, looking at the messenger, look at him through the keyhole. That's the messenger. So this guy telling you if you misplace one letter, not if you lose it. If you misplace it, I'll burn you, John Muhammad, Claire, Wallace, I'll burn you and your whole family.
Yes.
That's what the messenger said. So when we read them letters that Master Farad Muhammad wrote to the messenger, telling the messenger, I ain't got time to keep going over this with you over and over again.
Right.
That's what he used to tell the messenger.
Yes.
So it wasn't no smooth going for him.
No.
So the messenger, for 44 years, he had a hard job. The messenger said that Master Farad Muhammad told him he had the hardest job than any man who ever lived.
That's right. That we told him.
There never was a time that the black man didn't have a knowledge of himself. A people who was completely dead. These are the things that we should think about. on our Savior's Day.
Yes.
Because when we was Christians, on Christmas, we would think about Santa Claus. We would think about all the elves spending all that time making us all these toys on the North Pole. Then we thinking about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Even when we got grown, we couldn't wait to hear the Temptations singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Keeping Santa Claus on our mind. Wasn't the Temptations, it was Nat King Cole. Singing and in fact making us feel merry about Christmas. That's the same way we should feel about Savior's Day. We should keep Master Farad Muhammad on our mind. Remembering that it was him who came, seeking to save that which is lost. It was he who was born to save the black man. It's him who gonna make a nation that will live forever.
Yes.
It was him who called us a nation for the first time. It was him who gave us a flag. It was him who taught us our names. It was him who taught us God wasn't a spook. There's a lot of stuff we should keep on our mind during our Savior's Day. But in my conclusion, I want to thank everybody who came to our Savior's Day. Whether you came far or near, whether it's one or two, we thank you for coming. Because we know you could have been anywhere else. We know you spent your hard-earned money to get here and you're going to spend it going back. So we thank you. We thank you for coming all this way. Whether it was far or near, we just want to let you know we appreciate you. Well, brothers and sisters, we don't want to prolong the time. So I thank you for coming. Assalamu alaikum. Yes, sir.
Enjoying the show? Help keep us on the air. 313-371-7033. That's 313-371-7033 to make a donation.
Brothers and sisters, we rise for prayer. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the beneficent, the merciful, soul master's day of judgment in which we now live. The alone that we serve and the alone seek for thine help and aid. O Allah, please guide us on the right path. Path of those upon whom thou bestow thy favors. Not on the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down. Nor those who go astray after they heard thy teachings. Say he Allah is one God. Allah is he of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is he begotten, there is none like him. And I bear witness that none is to be served, worship, or praise besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is thy true servant and last apostle. Ameen. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us not to do anything to anyone that we wouldn't have done it to ourselves and treat everybody right, even the devil. Assalamu alaikum.